Hello, I'm Dr. Trent Burrup, founder of the Institute of Chiropractic and Acupuncture Therapy. Have you ever had the experience where you purchased a pair of shoes that felt great while you were wearing them in the store, but after you started wearing them on a daily basis, you noticed in a very short period of time that they didn't feel as good anymore as they did in the store? Or you started experiencing fatigue and tiredness at the end of the day and foot achiness and soreness. In this video, I'd like to discuss the foundation of your entire body, and that is your feet. Your feet are the foundation for how your whole structural system works. And if your feet are not working very well, or if they're not supported, for example, with a pair of shoes that don't quite support you, it's amazing how that can affect so many different parts of the body. So as I discuss this, there are really two main things I want to point out, and then I'm going to show you a simple trick or tool that you can use at home that may help to get your feet working a little bit better for you. The first thing that I want to point out is that number one, your feet are your primary shock absorbers for the entire body. And the way that this works is you have an arch and you have a little bit of inward foot turn. If you look at Sherry's feet here as she sits on the bench with her feet hanging, notice how her feet are turned in a little bit. They're not rolled out. And also notice the arch that she has in her foot. What happens is when you walk or run or take a step, your foot has the inward foot turn in the arch, and your foot will roll in and the arch will spread as those foot bones flex. That flexing action is the primary shock absorber of the body. So what would happen if bones in the feet got locked up or stuck, fixated, or misaligned? Then instead of your foot flexing like a shock absorber, if those bones are jammed up, now your foot is pounding into the ground as you walk and run. Instead of having shock absorbers for feet, you now have clubs for feet. And that force and shock has to go somewhere. You may be experiencing foot pain from it, you could get knee or hip or back pain, but you could get headaches, neck stiffness and soreness, fatigue and tiredness. There's a number of things that you could feel. The second thing to understand about the feet is they are also part of the secondary shock absorber in your body. The secondary shock absorber in your body is called your lower kinetic chain. Your foot and ankle joints, your knee joints, your hip joints, your pelvis joints, and your lumbar spine or low back are all connected in a way to absorb shock. Notice that as I roll or turn Sherry's foot in, kind of simulating a walking or a stepping motion that the foot goes through as it rolls in, notice how her knee rolls in also. Also, if you notice, if we come up to the hip, that hip joint, and it's a very subtle motion that you can see in her, but as I roll that foot in, notice how the hip joint also rolls in the same way that the knee does. When that happens, the pelvis rocks forward and the lumbar spine shifts to that side. Then when you step on the other foot, the whole series of actions happens on the other leg. That whole chain reaction of motions through those joints is the secondary shock absorber in the body. And because they're connected in a chain, if you were to have a problem in any one of those areas, you could potentially experience problems in any other area that it's connected to. In fact, it's very common for someone to come into the clinic experiencing back pain, but it's not really a back problem. They're experiencing a foot problem that's causing back pain for them. And vice versa, back problems could be causing problems in the feet. And the knees can do the same thing and cause anything in this chain can cause a problem anywhere else in the chain. So, as you consider these motions and the importance of the feet as the foundation and absorbing shock, understand that it is important that your foot functions properly. If you have shoes that don't support you very well, that may be causing problems for you. This is a big reason why a lot of people choose to wear orthotics and various in-supports. But a very simple thing you can do if your feet are locked up or jammed up or stuck, or they're sore or irritated, is take a golf ball and roll it across the bottom of your foot. Take it long ways up the length of the foot, from inside to outside, go back and forth, but cover your entire foot with the golf ball as you sit in a chair and roll it across a barefoot or stocking foot. A golf ball is small enough it'll get up into the arch of the foot, and if you have joints or bones that are having a tendency to be stuck, if you get in there and massage that with a golf ball, you can loosen those joints or bones up at times. You can also loosen up muscles that may have become tight or sore throughout overuse during the day. It's also a great way to work inflammation out of the foot and swelling and soreness. But this is a real simple thing that you can do to help support your foot and try to loosen it up so that if you have clubs for feet that are not absorbing shock, hopefully it'll get some things flexing better for you in the foot. If you do that and it doesn't work, then you need to go see a chiropractor who can get those feet adjusted and working properly for you so that your shock absorbers are actually absorbing shock for you. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Trent Burrup.